First, my name is Ileane, and I'm with IleaneSmith.com. And today we are going to be discussing some of the live streaming platforms, and we're going to go over some of the features that I think are important for those of us who are doing shows. For example, my friend here, his name is Guy R. Cook, and he has the Guy R. Cook Report, and he's been using some of these different live platforms as well. So I think it's great, and I appreciate him for joining us. Okay. And so, Guy, how are you having a show? And hi, Friar Wade.
Not tomorrow. 4th of July.
Okay. And so, what has been your experience
with
platform?
The last two shows we've done with Firetalk, and I think that in thinking about this for the last, I don't know, the dog woke up to fireworks at 3:30. And got me out of bed. I've been thinking about it. And really, if I wasn't recording my own copies of the show with Screencast-O-Matic, I could still be with Blab. If I was willing to accept the idiosyncrasies that Blab has. Like when I'm in Blab, it says, do you want to follow Ileane? That's what came up today. And you know how if you're following a person, the thing is colored? Yours is already blue. I'm already following you. So why does that, So dealing with those kinds of fun things. And then we went and tried Huzza, and that worked well until Huzza stopped using the audio format for Windows devices, WDM, and Jorvik will tell you what that stands for, I forgot. And so we couldn't get sound. So we couldn't do the Screencast-O-Matic. So if we can't do Screencast-O-Matic, then that's no good. We'll have to go to something else. And so Fraser Ramsey, as he oftentimes does, suggested, well, give that Firetalk a try. It seems to be pretty stable, And Hillary Steele said, oh, I'm going to use Firetalk. All my business stuff will be in Firetalk. So the last, I think maybe 4 episodes have been done with Firetalk. And it's okay. There's the only thing, if I go down into the corner, you can see the little full screen icon right here in the bottom corner, right down there.
Yes.
If I click on that, chat goes away. I don't like that.
Okay.
So the last show that we did, I just made, Screencast-O-Matic, you get the dancing ants capture area. And I just captured like the screen like it is now. So I had the chat and I had the 2 cameras on screen at the same time. Now, I'm not sure if you can have more than just you and I on Firetalk, because I've never done more than you and I on Firetalk.
I most certainly can.
Okay.
In fact, let's invite our friend Larry Snow.
Oh, okay. There, I see what it's doing.
Join us on cam. And also, Friar Wade, he may be camera ready. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Only one at a time. That's one thing that I keep forgetting. About Firetalk is that you can only have one invitation pending at a time.
Oh, so until Larry has accepted or not accepted, you can't. Now you can invite Friar Wade.
Yes. Hi, Larry.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Coming through loud and clear.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I cannot hear you because I guess I need to have an earphone piece.
Oh, okay. Friar Wade.
Good morning. Hello, Larry.
Greetings.
Guy.
Okay. Landscape. Okay.
Larry's having a lot of fun, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Especially since he can't hear me.
I can hear you. I mean, it's like a whisper, though.
Okay. All right. And at this time, I want to try to be in as many platforms as possible. So we're on Snapchat. And yes, we are over on Firetalk. And this is Guy and Larry and Wade and me. Come on over. Hang with us on Firetalk. All right, good.
Now, when you did that Snapchat thing you just did, you have to do that on your phone, correct? Or are you doing that from the desktop?
Correct.
I don't think you can do it on the desktop yet.
No way to do Snapchat on your desktop yet that I know of.
Right.
Yep. Okay, so Friar Wade, have you experimented with any of these other live platforms besides uh, Blab? We already know, right? And well, you've been using Facebook Live as well.
Yes,
Is that right?
I just did a Facebook Live. I tried to this morning, and I haven't gone back to test and see if it was working, but I did a Facebook Live and a Huzza
Yeah.
this morning. So I attempted that using OBS.
Yeah.
So I think it worked.
How'd it
So
go?
you're doing the technology called RTMP.
LMNOP. I don't know if that's
Oh.
it.
When I look at their interface, it says, "Do you want to use RTMP?" Then you have to have either Open Broadcaster or XSplit or one of those bundles of software that does audio and video encoding. And so that's the guy I know in California that does quite a few videos. He's in the Napa Valley. He does live from Napa Valley or Napa Valley streaming. I forget what it's called. And Jeff has XSplit. And so the other day he tried to see if he could do RTMP into Facebook Live, and he could. So I think that you're using the OBS Open Broadcaster will open a lot more doors than close a lot more doors.
So one of the features that they have here on Firetalk is the screen share. So let's just take a look. And actually, I have a document prepared where I started comparing some of the features that I'd like to see in a live streaming platform. And so one of the things that you notice right away in terms of Firetalk is that we all got really, really tiny, very similar to, and of course, Larry is just spinning around, but that has nothing to do with Firetalk, just for the record.
Well, I wanted to see if I could see it in portrait, but I can't. So that's why I'm turning it around, because I don't see me on the screen. I only see guys.
Okay, so you're on the Firetalk app.
What browser are you, Larry?
He's on his phone.
Oh, you're on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
A mobile phone, yeah.
And the mobile phone has a browser. Is it just your default internet browser? Is it Chrome Developer?
It's an app.
It's the app. It's the Firetalk app.
Firetalk
okay.
is an app.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yes, Firetalk has their own app. But you are on iOS, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Robert is here. Hi, Robert. And he says, you have to hold the phone in landscape
To see the whole screen. Okay.
He figured that out. I mean, you're kind of late with that info, Robert, because he went all around every different angle. And now he knows that.
Yeah, there's been extensive testing.
But I'm sure he'll try it again. So
Yeah.
in any event, these are some of the things that I like to see in a live stream. And I'm making it bigger, so it makes sense to even have it there. And, you know, some people may not agree with some of these features that I have, but there's so many features for these live platforms. I figured I would start with some of these ones that are my favorites.
Yeah.
That I'm used to, and you know, we would compare. So let's just really quickly, I'm just going to talk about 5 platforms, which may not be the same 5 that I mentioned in the preview for this broadcast. So Facebook, and of course I mean Facebook Live, YouTube, Huzza, Firetalk, and Periscope. I think right now those are probably the most popular. There are others like YouNow I mentioned, but then I remembered that I really don't know that much about YouNow, so it doesn't make sense to try to cover that.
Right.
So one of the things that I like is a screen share. And so far, and I'm sure this is July the 3rd, 2016. So if you're watching this in the future, some of these things may change, but as of right now, you can only screen share with Huzza and Firetalk. There's no screen sharing on the YouTube Live, which actually you need to do from your desktop. And no, I take that back. If you're doing YouTube Live from your desktop, you can screen share because you would need to have an encoder, and that encoder would allow you to screen share. So glad I went over that. Okay, social sign-in. And this came in, this question came up yesterday because somebody said one of the things they didn't like about Huzza or about Firetalk is that you have to sign in with your social, Twitter or Facebook.
The API, right?
And I think that it's a good thing that because most people have either one of those.
Yeah.
And, I don't think there's any platform that you can watch without signing in. But if you guys know one, just let me know. And at this moment, let me just take a look at, there's been some comments coming in. I'm not sure. Okay. Facebook, YouTube. Okay, you just gave me some acronyms. Thank you, Robert. And Fred said it's just the presenter that can screen share. In this platform, it's just the presenter that can screen share, and it's also the same way over in Huzza. YouTube, I'm not sure because, like I said, with YouTube, first of all, YouTube is really just for one person. YouTube Live. But like I said, you have to use the encoder. So if you have another host and they have that software as well, then they can come on and then, yes, they would be able to do screen share. But that's really technical. But with that said, I understand that YouTube is going to make this whole process much easier, but we can't really say exactly how all those things are going to work with the future YouTube Live. Bye, Larry. Okay, so now you can come back in if you want, but I'm not sure how I would know that you're trying to come back in. Okay, let's see if Robert wants to come in. Robert, are you available? Okay, so now email capture. Oh, you have to start your Moneycam, my dear.
Oops.
All right, so let's try that again for Robert because I think he probably forgot something about Moneycam. I'm not sure. Let's just try it one more
Maybe
time.
that might, when we get to the point of adding columns, Moneycam might be a column.
Well,
desktop capable might be a column.
But that wouldn't have anything to do with the platform. If you have Moneycam, you have it. Doesn't matter.
Right, but does Moneycam work with the platform? Does it work with all of them?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I could do a column for like not just Moneycam.
Screencast-O-Matic and desktop is the two columns I would add to this. I just make a copy of your sheet and then put my own add insert.
All right, good. Let me write those down. Desktop / Screencast-O-Matic.
Moneycam will work.
And Moneycam.
I've used it. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on which ones?
Oh, I see what.
That's the point. Okay,
you're saying.
We'll come back. Before we add extra columns, guys, let's go through the ones that are here already. Okay, so email capture, which I think is a unique feature of Huzza, because when people sign up for your show, they have to enter their email address. And if you have a paid account on Huzza, you can download those email addresses. Huzza. Of course, you can't do that with Periscope or Firetalk or YouTube. You sort of can get in people's inbox with YouTube only because they send out notifications, but that right now is a little shaky. I just want you to know. I don't always get notifications on people whose channels I'm subscribed to. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. So I didn't put a yes there. Okay, multicam, which is what we're doing now. Thanks for the Snapchat, Robert. And oh no, Wade's not Snapchatting.
No, I was trying to Periscope.
Oh, Periscope. All right, yes. Okay, we love broadcasting. For anybody who's watching this in the future, we just know these are the early adopters here. Okay, so multicam, as you can see, we're doing it here. And you also can do it on Huzza. But you cannot do that on Facebook yet. It's coming. And of course not on Periscope. And Periscope tried last year, and evidently they're not going to do it because it doesn't take a year. Either you're going to do it or you don't. I mean, I don't know why they ever haven't implemented. Okay. Does this have an iOS app? And in fact, I changed my mind about YouTube because yes and no, it doesn't have a YouTube. It does have an app, but it's not from YouTube. So Facebook Live, of course, really that's the primary way you want to do it is from your Facebook or your Facebook page app. And I guess the groups app, you can do it that way too, but it doesn't matter because from your profile, you can still share it into groups. Periscope is an app. So yes, that's a big time yes. Firetalk does have an iOS app. Yes. Now, I don't know that I could actually be on this broadcast. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that yes out. Sorry, guys. Change my mind about that yes, because I can.
When you say iOS app, that means you can download it from the iTunes repository, whatever they have for apps.
Okay. It's called the App Store.
Right. It has to be in the App Store for my Droid too, or I don't do it.
Well, that's why
there's people that develop stuff and they don't get the developer's license, and so I said, well, fine. Good luck with that.
No, I wouldn't. I'm sorry, I would not refer back to an app that is like you have to, what they call
sideload it.
No, it's called. I want to say hijacking, but that's not the word.
Oh.
But there's a word that you can
jailbreaking.
Jailbreaking. Thank you, Robert. See, he knows about that stuff, even though I'm sure he's never done it.
Never done it.
All right, last column here, and then I can take this wonderful screen share down. So lovely, isn't it? Our time limits. And Facebook does have a time limit. At this point, I can't remember what it is. I want to say it's an hour, but I think it's different if you're a page. So we're not going to get into all that. But yes, it does have time limits. YouTube, no. As far as I know, YouTube Live has never had a time limit. Huzza has 2 hours. Firetalk is 90 minutes. Now, does anyone know if there's a time limit for Periscope?
I have no idea.
I guess, your phone would die because Periscope does eat up a lot of memory. But if you're plugged in, if you just so happen, like if I was sitting here and I'm actually plugged in and my phone didn't die, I don't know how long I could stay on Periscope.
I'm in my mind's eye, I'm seeing this time limit thing. Instead of saying the word yes, we should do what Robert did in text. Say 90 minutes on Facebook, an hour on whatever, and then
that's a great way to do it. But I wanted to only have yeses and nos on this. Or actually, I didn't even want to fill in a no's because that's so negative of a word. So and that's why, because I used to have no time limits, and then that would change the whole thing around. But I just wanted to have all positive words on here. So they all, each and every one of these can probably have a comments section. For example,
right. We can download this because it's in Google Sheets. So
yes,
once we make our own copy, then we can add in screencast-o-matic or whatever other issues we want to put in there.
There's a bit.ly link for this, and I'm going to share it with you, even though I don't think it's clickable here in Firetalk, but it's bit.ly / all caps live platform.
Oh, you can't paste it in the chat either?
I'm not sure if I could. It doesn't matter.
There it is.
If I paste it or type it. I don't think it's clickable. I think you have to.
Oh no, I understand what not clickable, but I was thinking of as text.
That's what I meant, but not clickable. Okay,
yeah.
That's it with the screen share, with that particular screen share, anyway. Okay. So I do like your ideas, guys. So yeah, feel free to go ahead. I see somebody just logged into the document, so that's probably you guys.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Who wants to fess up? What'd you say, Friar?
I said I logged into it.
That was you. Okay.
It was me.
Oh, that's what the live platform does. It's all coming back to me now.
I have a question, Mr. Matt.
Absolutely.
So when you set up this event on Firetalk and you don't have a subscribe button where you have to subscribe, it was a free ticket. Doesn't it give you my email address in your, doesn't it notify?
Never.
It doesn't? Okay.
Never. No, I don't see email addresses anywhere. And you know what? I'm going to double check in my back end of Firetalk. I see who the people are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember seeing a place where I can see your email, because actually you can sign in with Facebook or Twitter. So how would they even have your email address?
Well, I set my channel up to where you have to subscribe, and I think when you do that, I think I got the email address. I'll have to double check.
Oh.
Because when you set up your channel, you can make people have to subscribe to see.
Okay.
On Firetalk. So you might want to check that out.
Yeah. Oh, so that's a great point, Robert. So we will look into that. I'm going to make a note of that.
Yeah. So, and then you have to make a copy of the spreadsheet in order to make it editable. It's not writable. You can only view it the way you have it now.
Yes. So.
And that's fine. That keeps people from putting in their spam.
Yeah.
And so, Robert, it sounds like you're leaning towards using Firetalk because of the subscription feature, right?
I've used it a couple of times already, and what I like about it, I have a lot of stuff that after you've done your interview or whatever,
yeah,
and you have the option to upload it to YouTube. I upload it unlisted, and then I can move it where I want to move it. So yeah, and now that they have the 4 boxes, I mean, it's Blab without some of the trolls,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Fred said he signed up with Twitter. Okay.
Oh, so your Facebook Live, is it findable, or only your subscribers can know about it?
Correct. And I'm big on groups, Mr. Guy. Good morning to you.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is directly into the group. So now with the change to the algorithm, and I'm not one of these SEO experts, but with the news feed going to your friends and family and things of that nature, I think the groups kill that, because somebody's raised their hands, like for me, saying I want to know about home ownership, and I could get it to them, and we don't have to worry about spam and all that other kind of stuff. So I think that's how you kind of get around that with the groups. And then last night I was on with a gentleman, I forgot his name, but EEI, that's the new acronym. You have to educate, entertain, or give information. And that's
right.
what Facebook is looking for. So I think that's applicable with all of the stuff that we're doing, right?
Right. Okay. So really quickly, you brought up a good point. And when you're talking about people finding you on the Facebook Live, Facebook has a Facebook Live map. Okay. So you can find people only if their privacy or who they're sharing that video to is public. Because when you go live on Facebook, you get options to share it to. You can even share a video to yourself. Say you want to just give yourself a note. You can actually use Facebook Live to leave yourself a note and say, don't forget the bread when you get to the target.
Is there a boundary on how many groups you can be in, Robert? Like, do you have over 100 groups?
There's no limit. There's no limit on Facebook.
Right, but he said earlier, he's big on groups. So I'm just curious, are you in 100 groups, you think?
I'm in 5 strategic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you can be in as many as you want to, like Ileane said. Yeah.
In fact,
in my mind on the other channel, that one that you can't see, I'm thinking, so I go in to do my keyword research, and I find the phrases that people are using to look for me. And so maybe they're searching for web developers in Seattle area. So I make a group called Web Developers in Seattle Area. You feel me?
I'm gonna give you a gift on that one, Mr. Guy. You doing your thing. That sounds like a good idea.
Absolutely. You definitely want to make Facebook groups for whatever you think people are searching for. Now, the only thing is you have to still moderate those groups. Now, you have time, unless you hire somebody to help you, or you enlist one of your advocates that are in the group that are active, and you say, you want to be an admin, because like the other day,
and then check on them. Don't make a moderator and not check on them. That's all I'm going to say.
And of course you only want to make it someone that you trust, and that's a whole nother story with Facebook groups, because when you're an admin now, they changed the levels of admins that you can add to groups, because it used to be you make somebody an admin, they can delete you out the group. So
not good. And
so Facebook has about 4 different levels, and I can't remember them all because they constantly change them. So right now I only have the one group. And
I like that. That's what I like about I think it's Twitter. You can give someone access to your Twitter, but not have them be an admin. They could go in and make posts and so forth, but they don't have the ability to kick you out.
Yeah.
So really quickly, guys, before some people pop in and pop out and move around, let's tell everybody where they can find you. Let's start with Guy. Where should people find you, and where can they connect with you?
The GuyerCookReport.podbean.com.
What?
Podbean.
Podbean. it's where the audio is at. You know, like you've heard of Blueberry and Libsyn and all those others, Friar. The avenue, the CDN I'm using is called Podbean. Fraser Ramsey in Scotland told me about it months ago, and I've never looked back. I've never had a problem with it. Podbean automatically feeds me to iTunes. Whatever you are using to get to the web with your audio, because you're using Open Broadcaster, make sure that place will feed it to iTunes, and if they don't, make sure that you do. If you don't get on iTunes, you're shooting yourself in the foot, and that's all I'll say about that. So it's the Geyer Cook Report.
Ouch.
You can just do a hashtag. Do a hashtag the Geyer Cook Report, because I've done it for 100+ episodes, and it'll find me.
Okay. All right. And Friar Wade, where can everyone find you?
At the pub. No, you can.
Is Wade home? Yeah.
Anywhere Friar Wade, you can find me. Whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitter, Firetalk, every place except Tumblr. Do not go to Tumblr and type in Friar Wade, because you will get images you don't.
Okay.
That's not
the word is inappropriate.
Exactly.
So what you may want to do is set up the real Friar Wade over there on Tumblr, so that people can actually find you on Tumblr if they want, because I know you use Instagram, and Instagram has that direct, you never even have to post, because like I know I never post on Tumblr, but when I post anything to Instagram, I always click off that Tumblr and just, make it the real, I'm just saying the real Friar Wade, but you can make it whatever you want. But I think it's good to have a presence over there.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, the demographic is good.
I didn't think about the real Friar Wade. I've got Father Wade over there, but everything else is Friar Wade. So if I put the real Friar Wade, I like that a lot better.
Okay, great. And then also they are integrating live streaming. Don't ask me questions about it, because I haven't figured it out yet. But Tumblr is getting into the live streaming game as well. Robert, where can we find you?
Obviously here on Fire Talk. If you're here, check me out. Facebook. I'm gonna drop the link over there on the side if you're in the chat.
Also say the link, because people may not.
Facebook.com/Lend, LENDTX. That's me.
Links are clickable, it would seem.
Yes, but if I upload this to YouTube, people won't see the chat.
So
yes, and you're right. I noticed those links are clickable. So I probably should have put an HTTP in front of that.
That's what you have to do. Yes,
yeah, and it would have worked.
So that's great. So Robert, what is your Firetalk URL?
It's Lend. It's the Firetalk URL, and then /Lend2TX.
Okay, great. Lend2TX versus
Lend2TX on Facebook. Yes, ma'am.
All right, I got to get all that straight. Okay, and everybody, and if you are on YouTube, I will probably put all those links in the description box. So even if you're on your phone, check it out. Okay, so I'm not ending that. I just wanted to make sure we got that out there before anybody pops off. So the other thing, go ahead.
You said if you upload this to YouTube, you lose the chat.
Well, yeah, I will lose this chat.
Before we started, you and I were just talking. I said one of the things that I found in doing a full screen with Firetalk is I lose the chat. So when I record with Screencast-O-Matic, the surround area didn't have chat to capture. So if I go to this size of a screen, what you're looking at now, so you can see the chat and the four of us, and capture that area with Screencast-O-Matic, upload that as an MP4 to YouTube, bazinga, you've got the chat.
Yes, sir.
You might not have a clickable link in chat, but you'll see it.
Right. Yeah. So there's all kinds of options, guys. And, one of the things that I got a little frustrated with this morning with the Firetalk, because I actually had another event scheduled, but I needed to change the topic. Because I scheduled it last night and I wanted to change the topic. Well, you can only make changes 24 hours in advance.
Oh.
Yes.
That didn't help me, because I didn't even
I've had that happen too.
in advance.
True statement.
That's one of the limitations. But I think, and I say I got frustrated, but there's nothing against Firetalk. I think as long as we know these things, then we know what we can do.
Right.
So,
and that could be when people edit their columns on their spreadsheet and these live formats, can you change the topic on a Facebook Live up to an hour before the event or a day before the event? And that would be good to know, especially if you're outsourcing. If you've got a virtual assistant and you're saying, hey, I want the topic changed on the Periscope, and you know that you can only change it within 6 hours, and after 6 hours they lock it, that would be good to know.
So the other thing is, once I realized I couldn't edit the other one, I canceled. I got rid of it. Okay.
Good idea.
So I said, okay, I'll start a new one, right? And in this way, and because I had the window open, I was like, I'll just copy and paste everything over to the new event. Has to be 2 hours in advance. You can only schedule 2 hours in advance. So the event that I wanted to start at 7, and it was like 6 something when I was doing this, I couldn't. Yeah. And that was the original time. I couldn't stick with that time. I had to change it to 8. Well, actually 8:15, because it was like 6:07 when I decided.
And that's why Guy Cook went to Blab and was talking with Hillary. And all of a sudden I hear Ileane's voice in the background because I didn't ever close that tab. And it came on, I'm going, God, that's weird. I can hear Ileane. And she's saying, can you see me? Can you see me? And I didn't see her. It's so strange. So make sure you keep your browser straight, especially if you're old, because it's very disconcerting.
And another tip for everyone, if you happen to have a privacy lens like this.
Yes. And don't go, I don't know why my camera's not working.
You want to lift it up because you think.
Lift it up.
I was there.
Duct tape works. Because there are times when you want privacy.
So I've got high tech.
You can reach your palm.
Mine is aluminum. I use metal recycling and go like this, and it works good. So if you ever see me and you see that little curve at the top, you say,
pick up
hey,
the can,
idiot, take the can off your camera. Yeah.
If you think about it real quick, Ileane, that's what makes this more professional, because that's going to kill a lot of the spontaneity and like over on Blab. So if you have those windows, those are like stop signs. It makes you think about what you're going to do, because you got that 24-hour window, and then those 2 hours in between, you can't just be jumping up on here doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it.
On the other hand, and great point, Robert, but on the other hand, you do not have to schedule an event.
True.
You can come to your Firetalk page and just hit go live.
True.
Well, you can schedule it other places. You can do a tweet or a Facebook post, join me on Firetalk at 7 o'clock, and then you'll beat back that 2-hour handle. If you want to do the change in Firetalk itself, but you're correct. But you can just click go live, Ileane. I think that's what Fraser does with his Hattrick and Ramsey. I think he's making it visible other places, but when he pops onto Firetalk, he just go live and Mozinga, he's there.
You can go live, but then people can't subscribe to the event ahead of time. You can't give the event a title because you're just live.
Going live.
Okay. Now, no, maybe you can give it a title. I take that back. You can't give it a title. Because if I did click go live, it still would ask me to give it a name.
Yeah, what's the name of it? What's the description? Yeah. Right.
Give me an opportunity to upload a thumbnail, because I think that's important, guys, to have your thumbnail, because that's the same thumbnail you're going to use if and when you upload it to YouTube. So you need to have that thumbnail, that's all part of your branding and all that, because we're talking about stuff, people that are doing broadcasts, not just people that just want to, I'm just going to hang out with my friends. Then you still continue to use Blab for that.
Right.
And, not saying that you can't hang out here if you want to, but if you're going to plan on repurposing this to go up on Facebook, even you can upload that video to Facebook. And, the quick way to do that, if you're uploading to YouTube and then you use TubeBuddy, and I'll give you my link for that, and you can upload to Facebook, and you can schedule that upload to Facebook right from your YouTube dashboard. And that's at IleaneSmith.com/TubeBuddy. So did you have something that you wanted to say, Friar? You look like you had something on the tip of your tongue.
I'm just wondering, on this Firetalk, so there's no discoverability.
Yes.
There is.
There's a home page. You can go to the firetalk.com right now.
Yep.
And see this event as a featured event to the app. How about if I do it this way?
Bam.
If you go to the app, you see there, this show is, and you see there's a live button right there at the top.
Okay.
Okay. You see that guy?
What size phone is that, Ileane? That thing looks like a monitor.
This is the 6 Plus.
6 Plus.
iOS 6 Plus. You see it, guy?
Yeah. I'm going to have to go to the link because I can't see it.
I'm looking and I'm going, I can't see it that big. So.
All right. So here you go. Here's the lavalier microphone.
Yes.
Rode Smart Lav Plus. And the reason why I say you can only use this for like when you're broadcasting, not multicasting with other people on screen, is because you won't be able to hear them. If you
Robert has a question in the chat. Could you show the tripod again?
Sure will. Here's that tripod.
What's the name of that tripod?
There's many of them out there. This particular one is from Bolt. Okay, and this is like one that like a mini one that you would use like for on the go, or if you're putting on your desktop. You have a table right near your desktop, but then there's this one as well, and this is from Acuvar.
Wow.
Okay, and this one is adjustable, and you'll see that in fact, I have a video there in that IleaneSmith.com/gear page where you can see you can change the height of it.
Right.
Make it even up on the floor. Okay. And even change the angle.
Nice.
Of where you're, and all of that. So I often used to Periscope right outside, and I probably would do that this summer. Put my lawn chair out there and just plop this thing down into the dirt so it'll stay stable. Or I do have some cement out there as well that I can just put it on concrete, I should say. But anyway, so those are the two tripods. And then just once more, I'll show that webcam. I think most people already know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing, and this one, even though we didn't talk that much about Snapchat, but this little handy doodad is the hands-free remote control, and you can use it just for taking pictures, and even if you are doing I don't know if that would work if you were doing a Facebook Live to just turn on the camera, because you got to type in the name of your live and all that. So anyway, but this is great for Snapchat if anybody's on Snapchat. Okay, and so those are just some of the gear pieces that I have. I have so many. Oh, here's the Auto Clip lens. Here's another one. And this is to help you. I know you probably have seen some people who like to do like wide angle shots. So let's just say I was outside and there was a beautiful landscape behind me, and I wanted you to see, the deer in the river or whatever. Then you would use this Auto Clip lens. And it's also great for micro photography, or if you're doing something really, really small. Let's say you had a garden and you wanted to live stream that garden, but you wanted to get real close up so people could see the seedlings or whatever. Then you would use the Auto Clip lens.
Will that fit over your phone case, Ileane?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. It doesn't fit over the case. You have to take the case off.
Oh, that sucks.
The Auto Clip. But it's no big deal. You just take the case off.
Yeah, but then you have to feed your paranoia about damaging the phone. I've got the guy that worked car valet said get an OtterBox case for your phone. It's to be bulletproof.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an old Samsung Note 2, and it's still rocking and socking. It's not had a missed lick at all. I think it's in large part due to being in the case. It's protecting it.
Yeah, but I can tell you that they do. I don't have it, so I can't show it here. But the Auto Clip people actually came out with one that is built into the case.
Oh, okay.
They made a case especially with the Auto Clip lens built into it. So it goes on like this.
Cool.
And depending upon whether you're doing the macro photography or if you're doing the wide angle.
Yeah.
And that's how you would flip it around. That's why there's two.
Well, surely some cases have been around so long now. I'd be amazed if there wasn't somebody that had clip-on one that would fit this thickness. Because this, we're not talking
I
inches.
Don't think so.
It's like under a half inch thick.
Yeah, I guess there probably is, but I don't know how good the lens itself would be.
Yeah.
You know, as far as with those types of lenses, Olive Clip is like the leader in that space. So the fact that they made a case with the lens built in, I think, you know, it might be a little pricey though. Be honest with you, because the Olive Clip alone is pricey. It's like $90 or something.
Wow.
Like that.
Oh.
Yeah. So but it's, you know, especially if you're somebody who is doing photography, it's fantastic. Not just for live streaming, but there are some folks that use it every time they live stream. And, you know, and I just want to caution you guys, if you are going to get the Olive Clip, just be a little, I don't know, careful about how often you use it. Sometimes it tends to make you look like that fishbowl look. Like, well, everybody doesn't always want to see you in that fishbowl look.
Yeah, I don't need nothing else making me wider.
Yeah, it's great. Like I said, if you're showing landscapes, if you have some, but it's like, it's just you. Nobody needs to see you like, you know, your nose is already big enough. You know what I mean?
I don't need no more help, right? Don't spread it out anymore.
Yeah, so just be careful.
Use it with discretion. Yeah.
Speaking of the outer box, and I agree with Guy. I love the outer box. And this is another thing that actually gives you that extra protection of this case that you can clip on, and you can also use this as a stand. So sometimes, like say, I've gone to restaurants before and I'm by myself and I'm like, okay, I want to watch some videos or something like that. And all I have to do is do like that. Then I can just put it on the table. I can put it on the table there in front of me. And everybody's wondering, why is she smiling? Is that food that good? No, because I'm watching the guy.
Review committee.
or one of
secret diner.
Yeah.
Yes. So, guys, is there any closing tips or questions that you guys have about these live platforms that we've covered so far today?
One of the things that we didn't talk about was show notes. And I think that the text description does two things. It makes you findable, like what Firewade was saying, and it affords, one of the things that you said, Ileane, was, I see your thing on YouTube, but I don't know what it's about. And so you got an opportunity there with the show notes to say, we're going to talk about live streaming and the devices that you need to have on your desktop to do live streaming with. So then somebody's going to click yay or nay, or if they're going to search for you, they'll find that text. I had a big go around with somebody yesterday. One last thing I want to share too, found out this secret about PayPal. I work with a nonprofit that does the fireworks demonstration for the community here. And they set up a PayPal button for donations. Hey, if you want to help us out with the cost of doing the fireworks, PayPal won't let you have donations for fireworks. They will nip it in the bud. Everything looks like it's going to work, but when you get down to it's a done deal, click it, doesn't go. So I called PayPal engineer. And he goes, were you testing with $1? Well, yeah, that just instinctively, that's what I put in, $1 donation. Throw it in the pond, see if it's going to float. $1 donation is automatically flagged by PayPal as being prime suspect. Oh, this guy's got to be up to no good. Nobody donates just $1. So if you're doing some testing for somebody's PayPal engagement, can't donate to fireworks, number one. Doesn't matter what the amount is. And if you do the testing, donate more than $1. Make it $1 and a dime, whatever. But if you put $1 that's another shameless effort at being a giver, not a taker.
Okay, you brought up two excellent points that I want to go back over. And the first one is about the show notes. The Huzza as well as the Firetalk let you put a text description in for your scheduled events so that you can, if a person wants to decide whether they should subscribe or even bother to stay around for your event, they can see that at the bottom of wherever that page is, where that event is, that event link. Now, about the monetization of these platforms, and that's probably a column that I'm going to go back and add, and I'm definitely going to write that down. With Huzza, people can give you tips and monetary tips. They can buy you a beer, or they can give you applause. It's like $1 for one level, up to $10. And scratch that itch.
Have your back scratched within arm's reach.
And also,
you can edit that out, right?
No, I'm not going to. It's real life. This is live. That's what live is all about.
Gives that
all the way live. God scratching his back.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry about that.
So, and also the other thing that I really love about Huzza is the integration with Patreon, which I've talked about a few times. And make sure you check my video about Patreon and become a patron of mine on Patreon at patreon.com/Ileane. So that monetization, yes, I'm going to drop that link. Don't worry. So that monetization, so show notes is absolutely something that we need to add to the list, as well as the monetization. Thanks so much, Guy, for that feedback.
Yeah, on the subject of monetization, that's another reason I like Podbean. You can be in the, they have a special page already pre-built. If you want to be a patron of the podcast, you click that link and bazinga, you're there. You don't have to do anything.
I have Podbean as well, and so just so you know. But go ahead, Wade.
Yes.
Any closing thoughts or things that you think I might
for this Podbean?
Podbean is just podbean.com if you want to go to the site to sign up for it. I don't think they have like an affiliate program or referral program if you get people to sign up for it.
Okay.
So you can just go to podbean.com, and that's another podcasting host. That's what they are.
Because I haven't done a podcast yet. I mean,
but you got the content to make a podcast, because especially since most of your inspirational pointers could go just as well and go over just as well as just audio.
True.
Yeah, you're an MP3 file away from it. There you go.
Except for the one when you have the round to it button. I think that's a visual. That can only be.
That's another reason I like to use Screencast-O-Matic. Shameless plug for that lady that told me about it. Is I can get an MP3 audio right out of the recording. So when you do your recording, you download it off of Firetalk, Periscope, whatever. Extract the MP3, upload it into Podbean, bazinga. You've got a venue that's going to redistribute it to iTunes, Stitcher, Spreecast, all of the suspects.
Spreaker, not Spreecast. Spreecast has gone away.
Oh,
Spreaker.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Spreaker. I don't want anybody.
Well, whatever ones are still working, and this, I think somebody said the other day, there's like 200 different ways to do this.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know.
You can grow your content out of Podbean with an MP3. Right? And with Open Broadcaster that you're using, you can get the MP3 from that too, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So if you just wrap the whole thing up in a capture of whatever the event is, then you can then redistribute it, make it findable, tips about home lending in Texas, etc.
Well, have you done any of the Facebook Lives? Have you all done Facebook Live broadcast? Yes.
I have done
True story.
Broadcast, and I actually just did a video last week to show how to download that video, because Facebook keeps moving around. Now, hopefully that my video still works. But Facebook keeps moving around where to download that video. And once you've downloaded that video, there's so many free online conversion tools to download a video into the audio. So that's not a problem either.
Well, because to get the thing going this morning when I was doing it, trying to set things up, there's not a green room, so you're just all this dead space going. I'm trying to talk and have something besides dead air going on.
Great point. As a green room, that's another thing that needs to go onto my list, because The only one that I know that has a green room is
Huzza, isn't it?
Nope. None of them have a green room.
No, Blab does.
You with Huzza?
Blab is not on my list. Blab is not on my list. Periscope.
You can push a record button on Blab, so you definitely have a green room.
Blab is not on my list, guy, because
well,
Blab is not for broadcasters. Okay, so Blab isn't on the list.
Okay.
Facebook, YouTube,
Huzza,
Firetalk, Huzza, and Periscope.
Huzza.
None of them have a green room.
So that's why I would say, Wade, if you don't mind me chiming in.
Go ahead.
That's why you want to look at OBS, man. It's not intimidating. And if you're doing it from your desktop, because in OBS, when you grab the RTMP stream key, you can preview yourself. You
right.
Know what I'm saying? Okay, you use that?
Yes.
And you still had a problem?
Yeah, user problem. It's me trying to, balance through all, because I was trying to do Facebook Live and Huzza at the same time.
Gotcha.
And, there's the delay.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
about
I had
10
to keep
seconds.
audio off because I was listening to myself 2 minutes ago or whatever. So, and then the stream so I had my monitor on my phone watching it live on this one. And so, it's just a little sensory overload for me. I'm getting too old for this. No, I'm not.
So when you stream to both of those events live with OBS, if you're going to do Facebook and Huzza at the same time, the brain says, why is he doing both of them? Why don't you just have one link? Like today on live streaming, we said, yada, yada, yada. Here's the links. Because I've seen Amnon does that for Computers 2K now. If you go to their homepage at Nissan Communications, there's like 6 links on the bottom for different content delivery networks, because some work better with other browsers and hardware and so forth. So it's got all of them listed. So instead of saying, well, I'm going to be on Huzza and I'm going to be on Facebook, just go to friarway.com, click the link, and then you're searchable, you're findable, and then whether you're on Huzza or Facebook and all those other ones is kind of just be moot. It goes back to what Ileane said earlier. Where's the one place people can find you? Right.
Yeah, well, and I understand that people want to be, have 2 broadcasts going at once. Maybe that Facebook and Huzza combination is not the best because of the delay. Maybe you want to do Facebook and Firetalk. I mean, not Facebook, Huzza and Firetalk, something like that. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that will work, but I'm just saying, just keep experimenting with that. But I don't want you guys to think when I said Blab is not on the list that I'm, saying forget about Blab. I don't mean that at all. I also, as you guys know, like right now, I have a Blab going, and hopefully people can still see this screen share of this event, and they will come over here. So you can also still use Blab as your green room, even though that's not always apples to apples. But if you just want to have, like, I know you do a little bit of a meeting with Kelvin ahead of the Guy Cook report to say, yeah, okay, or we're okay. Is this what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
Whatever. Then you can just move over to the other platform. So you can still use Blab as a pseudo green room to check and make sure.
Actually, we do the green room live, and then it says start streaming is when we start the recording. But
in
we do
platform?
the.
In which platform?
What was the one? In Huzza.
In Huzza.
Yeah, because there's like a control panel interface.
I'm not sure if it'll work that way in Firetalk, but that's something for us to test, because as far as I know, I can't start the screen share until after I've started the event. So you wouldn't be able to talk to Kelvin ahead of time.
Yeah, you can. You can talk to him ahead of time.
On Firetalk?
I can go test your audio, and we can make sure Screencast-O-Matic is going to work, and the little green bars moving as far as the narration or as far as the show. And yeah, we can do that, and then go to the live event.
And oh no, that's what I mean. And
Firetalk.
On Firetalk, you do that.
Yeah, I could be talking to you in Firetalk like we were talking earlier before Robert and Wade came in the room. and we can say yada yada yada. Does this work? And I go, okay, Screencast-O-Matic is good. Let's go live, and bazinga, we go live.
Okay, great. That's good to know. Wonderful. So yeah, so there is a pseudo or workaround for the green room, because guys, you know, anything that you're going to upload to YouTube, especially, you can edit it with the YouTube editor. And of course I have a video for that. So just go over to my YouTube channel, which you just type in Ileane. Just remember Ileane everywhere. Ileane.
Ileane.
And you'll find me and all my links. Okay, Robert, let's get your last words in on what you're thinking about all these platforms.
3 things. Find the one that works for you, right? Number 2, tap into your guru. That's Ileane for me, or whoever that is that you resonate with, because you can learn a lot. And then show some appreciation, you know, when they give a lot to you. Lastly, just the off the topic tip, check your public library. You can get a free subscription to lynda.com at most public libraries. People don't realize that. So full-blown subscription for all of us tech folks out there. There's a lot of tech type classes, so check that out.
Thank you so very much for coming.